everybody, my name is Jenna and happy spooky season. So today we have a very special Facebook Live. We are officially introducing our sassy leopard, Lisa. Now Lisa is an Amur leopard. Now that is spelled A-M-U-R, but it's pronounced Amur, kind of similar to Italian. Now she is quickly becoming one of my favorite cats. You know, she came to us late July, and with any animal who's new to the zoo, we take things a little slow. You know, for those of you that are tuning in at home, if you started a new job or move in a new place, it takes a while to adjust, and it's no different for our animals. So we wanted to go slow with Lisa, but she was like, psh, nope, I am ready to party. So she was out and about and, you know, kind of like showing that really sassy personality right out of the gate. Now you might hear those noises or those grumbles. That is very normal for Amur leopards. They're kind of social. They can also hiss a lot. You might see her hissing, and you might even see her rolling, which is a kind of cool behavior that she offers. Cats that are, female cats that are cycling, it might be, you know, her time of the month or something, they will usually roll for receptivity, which is really cool. So she's kind of thinking about it right now. So you might be able to see that roll, and while doing that, you'll be able to catch that really adorable white belly. So just like many of the cats here, they are counter shading. So what counter shading is, and that is a very prevalent thing whenever you are watching a nature documentary in the ocean, but big cats have a lot of counter shading as well. So when you think about it, she is darker on her back so that she blends in if she's walking on the ground of any animals that might be up in the trees. But if she's up in the trees, any animals that are walking under her, they're just going to see that white belly, and it's going to blend in perfectly with the brightness of the sun shining through the tree canopy. Now, Lisa Leopard is very special to us. Not only is she new to the zoo, she is the first Amur leopard Houston Zoo has ever had the privilege of housing at our facility. Now, Amur leopards are very special because they are unique. They're actually the rarest cat in the world. There are less than 100 found in the wild. Now, where are Amur leopards from? Well, there's actually a region that they are named after called the Amur region, and that is around the northern parts of Russia, northwestern parts of Russia. And so usually they can be found there. They're also named after the Amur River. Now, we often get a lot of questions, so how can we tell the difference between her and our jaguars? So if you take a look at those beautiful rosettes that she has on her back, you'll notice that there are no black spots in those rosettes. So jaguars have black spots. So I like to think of jaguars like chocolate chip cookies, and leopards do not have those spots or chocolate chips. So that is a really, really easy way to tell apart. One of my favorite things about Lisa, besides her sassy attitude, are those really long whiskers. So you can really check those out. And those come in handy for her because she's a very agile animal. I kind of like to think of her as like a super athletic jaguar. So if she were an Olympic contestant, she would definitely go gold in the parkour category. She loves to bounce and jump around all over the place. She'll even do that in her back bedrooms, and it kind of looks like Super Mario sometimes. You know, if you guys at home have ever played Super Mario, you know how you can jump kick off of the rocks. She does that no problem. So it's really cool, and she's a very charismatic, entertaining animal. And I hope you guys fall in love with her as much as we have. Now, you might notice that she's kind of scruffy. She's a little fluffier than a lot of our other cats, especially comparing her to our jaguars. Now, she has a longer coat, which makes sense because the region, or the Amur region where she's found, it is fairly cold. That is an area where it's always going to be pretty cold. and that always has what's known as a permafrost. Oh, look at that belly. Wasn't that cute? Did you see that really cute white belly? Now, that is a behavior that she has started offering. So Emily, who's training her, what's really cool about animal training is there are several different ways to get behaviors on cue. One of those is to catch a behavior on cue. And that's one of the easiest ways to train an animal. If they offer something that is kind of cool or is going to benefit them through medical needs in some way, we can capture it by reinforcing that. And then we'll slowly be able to catch that behavior by cueing it. Now, training is a very important thing here at Houston Zoo. Now, the type of training that we use is an ask and reward system. Now, you'll notice that Emily is asking some behaviors that Lisa knows, and once she does it, she's going to reward her with a meatball. Now, Emily is going to ask her for open, and there we go. So her open is still in the learning process. So, it's a little smaller, but soon she'll be able to open her mouth wide, and that's really going to come in handy for checking her teeth. Just like us, our cats visit the dentist sometimes, and by us getting that on cue, that's really an awesome way for them to check the health of her teeth. So Emily is actually going to ask her for stand, which is a cool behavior. Oh, look at that fluffy white belly. Now, stand is really important because animals like cats that are on all fours a lot of the time, it's hard for us to see that belly part and her inner thighs, even her armpits, places like that. So that's really cool for you guys tuning in or here at the zoo to be able to see that adorable white belly. But as keepers, that's so important for us to be able to check and make sure there's nothing of concern. We're checking for any hair loss. We're checking for bumps, bruises, nicks. That's also an important behavior if we have cats that are expecting. We can check and make sure everything is in working order there. Now, Lisa also knows a really cool behavior called a voluntary injection behavior. So it's not our favorite thing, but we all have to go to the doctor and sometimes get shots or vaccines sometimes. That's no exception for animals here at the zoo. But the best way for us to encourage them to do that is make it very positive. So if you guys tuning in, you might get a shot, and it's painful, but it's quick. You might get a treat for that, right? Well, it's the same thing for our cats. If they line up and get a shot, we're going to give them a tasty treat as a reinforcement. Most of the time, they don't even notice. They're just really excited to participate. Lisa is a really fun one. In fact, last month, I got the opportunity to try to weigh her the first time. And like I said, she loves to parkour and jump and bounce around, and it was really entertaining for me to watch her just jump all over the place to try to get a weight on her. So she's a really special girl, and we hope you guys fall in love with her as much as we have. So for those of you that are tuning in, if you're wondering how you can help save more leopards in the wild, by coming to the zoo and tuning in, you guys are already doing a big help to be able to do that. By visiting the zoo, a lot of the proceeds from ticket sales will go to conservation efforts. Now, one of the conservation efforts that we pair with Amur leopards is deforestation. So Lisa and her counterparts, her wild counterparts, really need trees and lots of space in order to survive and thrive. So by getting the word out there and falling in love with not just Lisa, but many of the animals that you get the opportunity to see here at the zoo, you will help save many animals in the wild. Now, for those of you that are just tuning in, this is Lisa, our Amur leopard. And we get a lot of questions, has Lisa ever had cubs before? She has. Now, she recently came to us from Brookfield Zoo, and she had 3 different litters throughout her time there. And what's really cool is, in total, she had 4 cubs. All 4 of them were boys. And they are very successful, and they have all grown up and gone to do their part in the breeding program to help fight extinction for Amur leopards. Now, Lisa just celebrated her 14th birthday, and 14 is kind of like middle age with cats. So she just had a checkup, and she's doing great. But, you know, just like with us, you know, we reach like maybe our mid-30s, we're going to start doing supplements. You wake up and you get a little sore first thing in the morning. So by us starting her on supplements like fish oil and things like that, that's really going to help prolong her life.
No more babies.
No more babies. Yeah, she's come here. 4 is enough. She has come here, and she is going to live out the rest of her days here in luxury. It's kind of like a fun retirement place for her. Yeah. You're very welcome. All right, guys, so we just finished the training session, and Lisa loves training, so it may take her a couple minutes to walk away, which is really good because you guys will be able to tune in and like look at that really sassy, cute face. But we also have some things hidden around her habitat. So if she leaves, you guys will be able to see how cool it is watching how easily she can locomote and bounce around her habitat. Look at that face. She is beautiful. So her growling is kind of like, yeah, we attribute that to her being excited. Lisa Leopard cannot purr. So what's fun about taxonomy is we have different groups of cats too. So big cats cannot purr, small cats can. And so Lisa can do chuffing, but she has lots of grumbles. So for those of you that are visiting the zoo and you want to see Lisa in person, she lives in our habitat where we had some vultures. So we have her living right across or next to our cougar habitat and our clouded leopard habitat. And there's a really lovely fall Halloween decor display right across from her habitat. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great day and a really awesome spooky season.